And we are, as they say in Sweden, we are officially liable. Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing here? Sean A. White coming to you live here for another installment here from Transformation Greatness, along with SBN, a Small Business Network podcast. And I am very excited for this episode, which is 535. And I want to talk to you more so about this great podcast series, in which is I'm actually starting for the month of November. And so I'm very excited to talk about this, how the whole idea came about, and what the theme is going to be, and for you all, what to expect. So before we go ahead and dive into this, hoping that everybody's having a fantastic Saturday, by the way. Hope you're really enjoying your weekend. Just for those that are catching this, if you catch this on a live, do me a favor, if you will, put in hashtag live. Let us all know exactly where you're tuning in from. And if you should be having to catch this on a replay, go ahead and put in hashtag replay. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And of course, if you got any kind of insights or any takeaways from this segment. So with that being said, just allow me to introduce myself very briefly, and let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So again, my name is Sean A. White, and I am the founder and creator of a brand which is called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, inspiring the masses. And with that is a threefold brand, which I am a speaker, a coach, a hypnotherapist practitioner. Also, I am a radio and TV personality with SBN, the Small Business Network, in which we are an organization geared towards a small business professional and aspiring entrepreneur to give them the opportunity to really share their message on a global scale on a weekly basis. And I'm a part of many other organizations as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the podcast series, in which I'm going to be starting in November, in which is called Servant Leaders Podcast Series. And how this idea came about, because, and this is the reason why networking is so powerful and very important, because I was speaking with someone, I believe about a week or about a couple weeks ago, and we had a conversation just talking about business and professional development. And it just so happened that I actually had one viewpoint in which I wanted to call it, um, what was it I wanted to call it? Well, I can't remember exactly what I wanted to call it, but this individual said, well, why not call it servant leaders? And so it had a nice ring to it. And I said, servant leaders. And you know what? I just stood with that idea just a little bit longer. And I said, you know what? It makes sense, because based upon the objective and what I'm looking to achieve, it made sense. It made sense. And so with that has birthed an idea of what you're now affectionately knowing to be a servant leader podcast series. And what this is all about, ladies and gents, is all about those that are small business professionals, aspiring entrepreneurs, those that are truly doing the work. I think that when some people look at this and they may say, oh, servant leader, well, I'm not a servant leader because I'm not in the church or I'm not part of some big, huge organization. That's not really what I was going for. I'm looking for individuals that truly get it. They understand that this is a heart driven business and they are heart centered entrepreneurs. What does that mean? Meaning that they are here to serve, they are here to help, share any level of their hope, their faith, their experience, their expertise. Why is that important, you may say? Because we're in a society as of right now where everything is just, so it's just surrounding us, right? We have so many message units it's coming through us, so much that is distracting us as far as on our day-to-day activities. And so I wanted to really focus and interview individuals that get it. They have an assignment and they said, you know what? It's really about service. It's really about having this adage of, how can I help you? What is it that I have to offer that can make your life better? And I just truly believe that that's the way that you really can create an impact or a legacy in someone's life. I'm reminded by the late and great Zig Ziglar, in which he had a phrase which is so true, is that if you help enough people get what they want, then eventually you'll get what you want. And isn't that something in which that network marketing is built upon? Right? Even though, yes, they have a flagship product, yes, they have a service, right? Correct. But if you really dig down deep, and I'm just using network marketing as an example, guys, they use that particular principle. And those that truly succeed and climb up the ranks in the ladder boards, especially in network marketing, they understand that that's what it's about. How can I help you? How can I serve you? Is there a place that, based upon of what I have to offer, can help you narrow that gap of blah, 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 whatever that may be? And so I'm very excited, you all, to have these individuals that's going to be coming on board and really just talking about their areas of expertise. And really, these individuals are very heart-centered, they're led, and they just have a passion for the stuff in which that I'm talking about. So you're going to be hearing from individuals such as Ms. Valerie C. Thompson. You're going to be hearing from my good brother and fellow speaker as well, Deshaun Williams. You're going to be hearing from someone with extensive corporate sales background, in which his name is Eugene Daly, and so much more, guys. And this is going to be fantastic. I mean, this is truly going to be amazing. And the great news is that I'm looking for others as well. So depending upon how this goes, who knows, right? I may want to continue it for even longer. So I have it set as for right now, which is going to be every Saturday in the month of November. And the times are not 100% yet, so stay tuned with that. But you're going to be seeing me creating flyers, just informing you more so about the guests, a little bit of who they are and what they do. And so that way it will set the stage that when we actually have the podcast, you will have an idea on who this individual is. But that's not all, folks. Also, in addition as well, coming in the month of November, we have here the second SBN Small Business Network Speaker Expo as well, in which we're going to have some dynamite, I mean, just phenomenal speakers, which is going to be on a virtual setting, in which the first one, which was done in April, that was, I mean, just history in the making. And there's no doubt about it in my mind for this second one, it's going to be just as better. It's going to be gooder than gooder, if that makes sense, right? Fun times, fun times, fun times, fun times. And so I just want to throw a little caveat in as well for all those that are, when you're out there prospecting and when you're out there networking, I want to give you a little tidbit if you choose to take full advantage of it. When you are meeting individuals, I would like for you to have the idea in mind as you're prospecting and networking. Find out more so about the individual and who they are. What is it that they are experts with? What do they bring to the table, if you will? What makes them truly unique and stand out? And when you are connecting with these individuals, truly be genuine. Because this past couple of weeks, I have learned so much great knowledge. I mean, like literally, it was just been like, huh, uh-huh. Got it. And see, that's what makes you smarter, folks. It's not more so of when you're connecting with individuals. Oh, it's all about as far as what I got and what I do, and take a look as far as on my products and services, and we had the best product in the market. And ever since, since 1966, we have over 25. Reality and bottom line is nobody cares, especially if they're an entrepreneur and they have a business of their own, right? Because there's so much focus on what they're currently doing, and they're just as passionate about what they're doing than what you're doing. So with that being said, then, so how do we reach out to them? It's through the art. And write this down. This is a writer downer. It's all about through the art of collaboration. What is it that they're doing that truly intrigues you? And how is it that you can make their situation better? How can you make their business better? Because I'm going to tell you something, folks, and this happens all the time, but you have to be genuine and authentic. I do want to say that, right? If you truly are genuine and authentic in your conversations as you're building up partnerships and relationships, believe me, they're going to be very much intrigued on what you have and what you have going on. And guess what, folks? Even if what you have may not benefit them, but they know somebody that it just may. And remember, it's all about word of mouth. Yes, I get it with social media. People want to have systems, they want to have funnels and all this other stuff and taking advantage of technology. And absolutely, as you should, right? You definitely want to extend your learning knowledge, your memory, your retention, your focus, your concentration, as you should, because there are definitely some tools that I'm using that I'm taking full advantage of. But when it all boils down to, it's all about the art of connections. Reason being, it's because we're all human beings. And one thing I know for certain, two for a fact, is that human beings love to talk about things in which that they are passionate about. Why is that? Because we were wired and programmed that way through self-preservation, if you will. And with that, this Servant Leaders podcast series is going to be designed to motivate, encourage, inspire, uplift, and really for those that are out there that speak the same language as we do, you will get it. Because I understand, just like as you understand, this is not for everybody. We don't want it to be for everybody. It's not supposed to be for everybody. It's only supposed to be for those that you are truly meant to serve, lead, and impact. So that's my 2 cents that I got for you. Hey, if you're watching this, do me a favor, if you will. If you found any kind of value in this whatsoever, please feel free just to put a comment. Let me know if there was any kind of insights, any key takeaways, any aha moments in which that you got. I love as far as to read your comments and also your feedback. And this lets me know as well as far as on how I can improve in my areas of expertise. And also too, folks, that, hey, listen, we're always looking as far as for small business professionals, aspiring entrepreneurs, those that have a time, those that have a desire to want to do more better and see that being a radio and TV personality is most certainly the best way to go because it provides you with the best branding on the planet, bar none. If that interests you and you would like to have a conversation on what that looks like, please feel free to reach out to me for more information. Guys, we would just have a conversation. That's all it is, have a conversation. And if it makes sense, we'll go ahead and move forward. And if not, then hey, it's all good. So until then, family, I got some stuff to do. I got to reach out to some more folks. So I appreciate you all. But I'm going to end this segment like I do all my others. And if what I stated either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, then may God be the glory. And I take no credit for absolutely none of this. And until then, you're all amazing. Enjoy the rest of this Saturday and the rest of your weekend. By His grace and mercy, look forward to seeing you all on the next episode. Peace and blessings, family. Thank you so much for your time.